Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. If there's any technical issues tonight, they're his fault. He's sending bad vibes over the internet. No, if there's any issues tonight, it's definitely me. And because I'm a genius, I forgot to log in as me. So if agree to disagree types anything in the chat tonight, it's going to be moi, which is French for me, to the lay people watching. Good evening, Mr. Conspiracy Catz. How the devil are you?
I'm very good, and I'm thrilled to have you back, sir. Thrilled. I don't know if anyone caught last week when I made a great job of demolishing Professor Dave Explains, one of the biggest names on YouTube, and I ruined it. What can I say? And of course you helped me out, so thank you very much for that. I appreciate it.
No
and
problem.
I'm impressed with the French, mate. I'm impressed with the French.
Oh, I tell you, I'm full of useless talent. I don't know why I said useless 3 times then. It's like a remix or something. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm just so excited to be back and so disappointed that the bad kitty doesn't seem to have a challenger as yet. No, I'm not saying he's bottled it, but he's not here, is he?
What I'm going to do, apparently I'm kind of lagging a little bit. I don't know why that might be. We had a debate set up, and I'm going to post the guy's YouTube channel in the description in a minute, so maybe you can go over and ask him where he is. Somebody who sent me several messages and emails telling me what a parrot I was and how I was indoctrinating kids and lying to kids and how I was a coward. And I promised to debate him, and he told me how he'd screenshotted it so I couldn't wriggle out of it. And I've just been checking now as we've gone live, and he's deleted all the comments that we shared on his channel. He's deleted all the comments from my channel. And he's not replying to the email. He's not clicked on the link after even just 2 days ago saying he was specifically not backing out. So I'm going to drop his YouTube channel in the description. And he might have been confused. Okay, so maybe if you want to go and ask him where he is.
Yeah, I think it's just a case of deleting messages and not replying to emails is code for I'm not coming.
Yeah, maybe, but yes. But if anybody wants to, bob over to his channel and say hi, where are you? Are you coming? Feel free, but please don't abuse him. So there we go.
Right. I don't know what's happened, but I've got a oops, something went wrong message where the YouTube studio used to be. So I'm hoping we're still live. I'm sure I can't even see the side chat or anything. Oh, I think I'm back in now.
Are you back?
Yeah, that was a close one.
So you must get that. You must get people commenting on your channel. Oh, and by the way, if there is a flat earther out there that we recognise, a name that I recognise in the chat, not someone who's going to come and just shout penis down the microphone again. I mean, William Thornton is always an extremely polite. I've seen him in the chat. He's always an extremely polite flat earther. If he wants to come on and just politely talk about not flat Earth debate or anything like that. If he wants to take up the indoctrination, please feel free. You know that we'll be civil with you, and we always have been. Or if anybody can find someone who wants to come in and address this issue, feel free. Or you can bob over to this channel. I've just put in the link in the description and ask him where he is. So I feel let down.
Hang on a second. Catz, I can't hear you. The side chat can say something, say anything.
Right, I'm saying anything.
Yeah, it's my stupid headphones again. Uno momento, por favor. Spanish as well, I think.
Look, I can hear Creaky. So, Cody, why is there a link to a botcha match? Yeah, well, he's not a creator that makes a lot of videos. He just mirrors stuff that's on there. And what you should see on that link that I've sent you is a whole thread of loads and loads of comments that me and him exchanged. But he seems to have deleted the entire lot. Disagree. From what I've seen, because I've logged in on the video and tried to look for the same comments, and it doesn't matter which account I'm on, I can't see any of the comments. So there we go.
Fabulous. I think I'm back, and I think I now look like Tony Blackburn, but the audience should be able to hear me, you, and, well, should have been somebody else as well, but You know.
I'll just post his link one more time if anyone wants to ask him where he is. But I have emailed him. And it's disappointing because, you've seen some of the emails, haven't you, Creaky? And he was confident, wasn't
he? He was extremely confident. When you click on that link that you're sharing, Catz, it just says, oops, something went wrong.
Oh, he's deleted the video. He must be there now.
Do you know, Catz, I don't want to speak out of turn, but I think we can quite safely say he's not coming.
Well, I'd hate to think that he's deleted his entire. I mean, what I will do, I'll link you to another one of his videos. It's there just in case, and please don't be mean to him, but just so you can ask him where he is, because he was very adamant and very rude about it.
He was extremely rude. I saw some of the emails.
Yeah, but I made a prediction, and I think this is what was wound him up. The prediction I made was when he accused me of indoctrinating people. Anybody who does that in my comment section, I immediately invite them to debate. And I always say to them that they will always back out. I always say to them, I'm going to invite you to debate, but you will say no, because it always happens. And it turns out that he's backed out right at the very last. Right, here's another link, and I'll put that in the channel. So maybe he's not deleted this video.
Let's have a look then.
Right, there we go. So let's see what he's going to do. I'll check my emails. I'm just wondering, should we put the email address to the channel in the description, Creaky? And if there is,
yeah, I think it's in there anyway, Catz.
Yeah, but maybe might be better if the challenge comes from someone who's in the chat and we can see what YouTube account it is, because we don't want somebody coming on and shouting penis down the microphone again. Yeah. So is there anybody in there that wants to come and have just a chat about this topic or anything? Can't see anything. Well, I was looking forward to this as well, Creek. First one to have you back, I thought it'd be a nice tasty one. Tasty one.
But well, it just kind of gives us a bit of an insight into how it would have gone anyway, doesn't it? Because it's easy to shout and pretend you're the big I am when you've got nothing to back up your argument, which he clearly hasn't, hence his absence.
Well, that's it. And the sad thing is you can see it a mile off. Like I said to him, I said it always goes the same way. Even if we had the debate, it will come. There will come to a point where it will be very clear that you don't know what you're talking about and you will quit. It always goes the same way. It's a shame, but I do apologise to everyone watching, because I know you've tuned in for a debate, but I was certain he was going to turn up. If you'd have seen the emails that we shared, if you'd seen the comments that we shared, it was him telling me that I shouldn't back out, not the other way around.
Yeah. Called being overconfident, that is.
Yeah, as if I was going to back out. So who was supposed to be on? I'm just going to whack his link in the description one more time. That's Micro Raptor. Maybe just ask him where he is. It'll take you to a boxing video that he's got on his channel. And I don't know. I'm just waffling now, Creeks. What do you think?
Yeah, the same as me. We've got nothing to say and 2 hours to say it in. So what should we do? We'll do something, because, like you say, it's a topic we can discuss without having a moron involved in the conversation anyway.
Well, that is true. That is true. Or if there's somebody in the chat who wants to come on and also, discuss something they've got on the cards, or discuss a change topic, feel free, but tag us in. Okay, Rune isn't coming on, but thank you, Rune, for letting us know. No problem, buddy. But if someone doesn't want to come in, tag either Agree to Disagree, which is Creaky, or Conspiracy Catz, which is me at the minute. So, okay.
It's so bloody annoying when this happens, isn't it?
Thing is, I don't host lots of stuff like this on my own channel, so it's the first time it's happened to me. It's not happened before, so I'm finding it
It's frustrating, it is, especially because, you know, I've seen the PowerPoint you sent me, so, you know, you've put effort in, you know, ahead of time, and this guy couldn't even be bothered to turn up.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that what I said to him hit home. In one of the comments on his channel, I said, when we speak, you will realize that you don't know anything, you know, and I didn't mean that in a nasty way. I said, you know, when we speak, you will realize that you're just copying things that other people say on YouTube. You're the indoctrinated one. And when you question one step beyond, you know, the catchphrase that people like Nathan Oakley give you, you won't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and hopefully he will, you know, hopefully he's sat and tried to prepare for the debate and realized, oh shit, actually I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Like I say, maybe he thought it was never going to get any further than an email back and forth, but he was sorely mistaken, wasn't he? Because, you know, like I said, you were able to back up and justify what you do. Not that you need to, but he obviously doesn't have the same confidence in his beliefs as you do in what you do.
Well, exactly. He's got a belief is what it is. You're right.
Yeah, as simple as that. And that's the thing, see, you know, like I said in yesterday's video, which is up on my channel now, if anybody hasn't seen it, that the reason I don't lie is because I don't need to, because the things I talk about on my channel are based in fact, plus I've got a really terrible memory, and I firmly believe that to be a really good liar, you have to have a really good memory, and I've not. So
I'm just wondering, Creaky, I don't know if he's up for it, but we've had JL Warren on before, and he's a big supporter of the channel. He's always here, and I don't want to, you know, ask of his time while he might be doing other stuff. But if he's still in the chat, JL, you know, and you want to just come on and shoot the shit with us for a bit and have a chat about what you're up to or anything, more than welcome just to come and you know, tell other people what you're up to and whatnot. But
do you know the funny thing is, though, Catz, I strongly suspect that guy is probably watching this now.
I would very much believe
what's his YouTube username?
His YouTube username is Gordon Mullin. I don't know if that's his. I mean, if I knew his real name, I wouldn't give his real name out anyway. But that is the name of his channel that he organised a debate under. So I'm happy to say that. I'm not trying to give out any details, but But he tends to put.
So he's not in the side chat unless, of course, he's got sock accounts, which is always a strong possibility, isn't it? With
well, he's got both our channels blocked. Because when I was communicating with him, one of the messages I left was from the agree to disagree account. And then that's gone as well. So if you're on that, you won't be able to see him and I won't be able to see him. Don't know if anyone in the chat can see a Gordon Mullin kicking about, but
that's a good point, actually. What's he blocked me for? I'm lovely.
I think just because I hijacked the account to use it. Rune Thornton says YouTube is in the chat, and I think he's got me blocked actually for some reason. Oh no, you haven't. You're there. I can see you. Sorry, YouTube. You are also more than welcome to come on if you're going to have a chat about the topic of indoctrination or whatever, flat Earth in general. You know, we are civil.
Catz, the Snark, I said he wouldn't mind a chat.
Let's get the Snark on. The Snark is a legend. The Snark is a legend. Snark, I mean, we've got room for 4, haven't we? We could get Snark and JL or whatever, but Snark definitely.
I know we can have 2 without it messing up the screen, but I think we can have as many. I think it just resizes us, doesn't it, to fit?
Yeah. Yeah, it does. So the Snark, if you email agree to disagree debates at gmail.com, put it in the chat.
Black Hole Ball is asking, Creaky, can we have a debate in reply section? Your latest video. That didn't make much sense to me, but I'm Welsh. Creaky, can we have a debate in reply section? Your latest video.
I think he wants to debate you on something maybe in the comment section.
Possibly.
Yeah. So, Rich and Hyde, conspiracy cats are serious. I didn't know what you teach and for how long. All right, I've been a science teacher, Rich and Hyde, for 20 years.
You must have been very young when you started, Catz.
You know, well, I was 21. YouTube says, I think I've got you blocked. If you're a mod here, then you'll see me, I think. Right, or you have got me blocked, YouTube, yeah. But I can see you. But I'm willing to put all that aside. If you want to, you know, we can chat to the Snark for an hour. If you want to come on in an hour, have a half-hour chat with me about indoctrination, give you time to prepare, you are more than welcome to. You know, because I know you're not a nasty person, even though you've got me blocked. How can anyone have me blocked, Creaky?
I know.
It's like...
It's the same as me. Why people block me? I got no idea. I very rarely even reply to any of the nasty comments, so I can't have said anything to make them want to block me.
Right, I'm just going to reply to the Snark again. J.O. Warren says he'd love to, but he's at work. And thank you also very much for that.
Oh yeah, we had a super chat coming off Ross Allen as well, so this hasn't been a pure waste of time. £5.
Oh, thank you, Ross. Thank you very much for that. So yeah, just waiting for that. So other than that, how are you doing, Creaky?
Oh, I'm living the dream, mate. Overjoyed. I'm beside myself.
it's a.
No, all jokes aside, it's been a bloody challenging month, and the work's not done yet. But it is what it is, isn't it? You know, it's one of those things you've just got to take care of business sometimes, haven't you?
It is, and it's not a it's not a pleasant thing. Not a pleasant thing, but like you say, it's, you know, there is a lot of hard work to be done as well in those times, but I won't dwell on it. Just wanted to ask you where you were.
Catz in the chat, son of Cherv, says he's Gordon Miller.
And I would believe him if he'd got the name wrong, the name correct, because it's Gordon Mullin.
All right, so it's not even the right name.
And if you are, you would know that you could then email the email that we've been sharing.
Yeah. Why would somebody want to pretend to be somebody who's bottled out on a civil debate?
Well, and he wanted it to be civil. You know, he was like, listen, I'm going to come on, but you've got to make sure it's civil. You know, I said, have you not watched the show? Like, have you not watched it? When do we ever act like Nathan Oakley or, you know, people like that? Just, oh, right, the Snark has just emailed. Now, Creaky, this is where I'm going to show my technical rubbishness. We've both got access to that email account, haven't we?
We have.
I don't know how to invite him in the Zoom call is what I'm saying. Can you?
Right, okay.
So if you can invite him,
okay.
That would be great.
Right, then let's have a looky.
Oh, Christopher Shapley, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Little bit of love for Creaky and Catz, thanking you. YouTube, I don't know, is that a yes or a no, YouTube? We can have a chat with the Snark for an hour. Give yourself some time to prepare. You can come on and we can talk about the topic of indoctrination. I'm not asking to have a flat earth debate with anybody, but I know a lot of flat earthers share Gordon's thoughts that I indoctrinate children with lies. So if anybody wants to come and have a chat, do that.
But what they call indoctrinating children with lies, normal people call education, just to clarify.
Exactly. And, you know, I don't think that they realise, check Twitter. Yes, okay, I will absolutely check Twitter.
What's chitter? Is it something that only the cool kids are privy to?
It's cool Twitter, yeah.
Is it the email that's just come from somebody with a surname I would have absolutely no possibility of getting correct?
Yeah, it's a Dutch sounding surname.
Right, okay.
And
grab his email address, and I think Scooby-Dooby-Doo recipients.
I'm going to be interested in seeing how quickly all the comments on Gordon's video are going to be deleted.
Yeah.
Okay, because there are some there. I will just pop that link into Gordon's chat video just one more time, just if you want to ask him where he might be.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, let's not be abusive to him, but maybe let's, you know, if you want to point out the fact that he accused, you know, he said to me he would definitely
I
be in.
think I've just invited the Snark. Is it the Snark?
It is the Snark. The Snark who wrote my outro tune.
Ah, right. I just...
Met him, you know.
Oh, you have? I thought I was going to say I have then. I was going to say, have I?
Yeah, no, he's coming on.
M. Batch says, conspiracy cats and agree to disagree. Check, please, Twitter DMs.
I've just checked his the Twitter. I think it's about a... Oh, and I'll advertise that. We did a Dungeons and Dragons thing that M. Batch led on Fight the Flat Earth's channel. And it looks like, if I can get on Twitter now, I've not had a brand new one. September 28th. Oh, God, 2 days. Bloody hell, sorry. Okay, yeah, I've read that. I will reply to you later, but it's a definite yes, M-Batch, to the clip. I can do that for you, no problem. And then I'll just check the dates on the others. Brilliant. Right, so where could the Snark be? The Snark won't let us down.
He's getting a beer.
The comments are now off, apparently, on his video.
What a spineless piece of feces.
Oh no, I've gone there. I can see comments. I can see comments. So things I wouldn't mind, like, and I don't want to. I'm not up for belittling people or insulting them or anything like that when we do this. But, you know, if you just seen the messages and the comments and how sure of himself he was in the whole topic and his opinion that he could show that I was a liar and indoctrinating children. If you could have seen how cocky and confident he was, then you'd be amazed.
Yeah, and talking about overconfident people, Black Hole Ball says to me, at Creaky Blinder, I'm not in the side chat. That's why it didn't come up. So how sounds a debate in the comment section? Because I got a mic and I'm a goddamn 12-year-old. Well, in that case, you're out there. Because you're a 12-year-old. Or claiming to be. Bye.
Another one bites the dust.
Yep. There's a song there somewhere.
YouTube says, what would happen if I went all Nathan Oakley on the curriculum people? You get fired, right? Well, see, what he's saying there is, like, what would happen if we questioned the curriculum that we were teaching, etc. And this is a point that we were obviously going to discuss tonight. I think people who make comments like that do not know what the curriculum is. You know, on YouTube, I'm pretty sure you do not know specifically what the science curriculum is that we deliver. Otherwise, you know, I don't think you'd be making that comment.
That's the thing. It's really easy to criticize something when you have no knowledge of it yourself, and it's easy to sound like an expert when you're just making things up because there's nobody to. Do you know what I mean? There's nobody better qualified than somebody who's making something up to argue back to them about it. If that makes sense. The Snark has arrived. Oh,
the Snark is here. Be good to speak to the old Snark again. We met up. We had a nice dinner in Manchester last year or the year before. It was good.
Oh, never invited me for dinner. I have dinner as well. Welsh people eat, mind.
I'd quite happily have dinner with you, sir.
You live a long way. Yeah, but I'd have to come to the dark side and everything, wouldn't I?
The only question I'd have is, would I shell out for 6 nuggets or 4?
If it's not chicken select or a Big Mac, I'm not coming.
As Snark's audio connected?
I think so. I can. You're. Something.
Am I on?
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Hello, buddy. How are you doing? You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, brilliant.
And you're okay yourself?
Very good, thank you. I'm just wondering, can we turn you up a little bit? Is there any way we can make you a bit louder? Can we do that for now? We can't do that for now, can we?
Maybe like that. I can get the microphone in a little bit more. Does that help?
That's better. You've got louder. 100%.
Okay.
We can't make any adjustments on individual feeds on the stream, Catz. Just on the Zoom thing.
All right.
Now, for anyone who doesn't know the Snark, I'm going to put his channel description, channel link in the chat now. The Snark was the one that wrote the outro for the Conspiracy Catz tune, and his channel is just full of similar songs. You know, your latest one was about Ranty, wasn't it?
Yes. I did more than one about Ranty, and actually there are a few videos about Ranty when I did an intro and an outro sung, and it's about his memes, which are off the chart crazy.
Oh, he's been posting so many of those, isn't he? And on his community tab at the minute. I've got the link here. They're well worth checking out. They are. If you like the Conspiracy Catz outro, you will love all of these.
I think I've just found somebody who's clearly new in the side chat, Catz, because he says, and he's addressing me, obviously. Mm-hmm. Oh, I may be wrong, actually, because he says, my main language isn't English, hard to follow your accent, but I will learn for sure. Where are you from? Now, the more I think about that, I don't have an accent, so it has to be you he's speaking to.
It's a well-known fact, Creaky. You don't
absolutely.
Have
I've got mugs and T-shirts to prove it.
Yes.
You know, it's just well,
without an accent.
Exactly. I'm compiling a list of comments of people who accuse me of having an accent, and I am making a video at some point in the future.
Well, Gordon Mullin's just arrived in the chat, and suddenly it's all a big joke now. Suddenly,
well, listen, is he in the chat? Let's get him on then.
Oh well, no, he's just been pretending. The Earth. Apparently, he's just been pretending. So he's saying. So there we go. But the prediction was true. At the end of the day, it doesn't make me any less wrong if he's now been pretending. The fact is that every single person who makes the claim, you know, that science teachers indoctrinate children with lies, or, you know, every single one at the end of the day, you know, fails to back it up. So anyway, the Snark. How's things been since we last met?
Well, it's been a crazy year, but okay, that goes for everyone.
Yeah.
And at least I'm back at work, and quitting work here at the end of the month. I'll go back to the Netherlands, do something insignificant there, and then come back for another season. So yeah. Microraptor says, "That can't be. I don't sound snarky." Okay, that's cool. But it's been really strange. But at least, yeah, like I said, I'm working, and I'm happy with that. So I can.
What's the coronavirus situation like where you are?
Right here, it's not even that bad, but you can see that France is now coloring red, or at least orange, at an alarming rate. But I suppose that's true for every European country, nearly. But right here, I'm in sort of self-isolation. I'm on a campsite, and I go to different campsites to work there. And I go out for shopping, wear a mask, and come back. So I'm neatly and nicely isolated.
Cool. And people's mentality, you know, is it like here where people are trying to kick back, or are people going with it?
The French are rather cool with that. I think it's more of a problem in the big cities like Marseille or Lyon or obviously Paris. That's where the situation got worse first. But other than that, if you go into a shop, you need some shopping, whatever, everybody wears a mask and nobody bickers or bitches about it. It's simply, okay, we'll have to do that, no problem at all.
What's it like in Wales, Creaky? Because I know you've got slightly different rules to it.
It's very hilly and there's lots of sheep. Are we talking about masks, are we?
Masks, yes.
It's exactly the same as it is everywhere else. It's, you know, people seem to be quite happy to wear them, and none of us would choose to, obviously, unless we're Michael Jackson fans. But I really don't. I don't want to wear a mask, but I've got absolutely no issue wearing one. When was the last time you could go into a bank with a cap on and a face covering and not get arrested?
Creaky. You know
Yes.
what Microraptor says? Debate between the Snark and Creaky over who has the least amount of accent. You want to take that?
I would
Answer
say,
to that?
well, normally I would say yes, but I wouldn't want to waste your time because it's clearly me, and it just wouldn't be a fair.
exactly.
It just wouldn't be a fair debate.
No.
I would
No,
have
I
won
lose,
before
I
we
know.
even greeted each other, Snark.
Yes.
Or is it Mr. Snark, or do you prefer
Or the Snark. Or I am the Snark, whichever.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Double barrel, posh.
There is a little bit of news that I'd like to share, if I may.
Absolutely.
Well, maybe with some of you have come across the name Rachie00000. She was a globe earther, went to flat earth, went to globe earth, and now is flat earther again. And she reacted to a short video of Ranty today, and she has been let down because she is describing herself as suffering COVID videos, and she's not getting any support at all. And why am I not surprised? Now you see who your friends are.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. And she bought into the flat Earth conspiracy, and now she is necessarily backed out of COVID is a conspiracy theory because she got it from her daughter, and now she's got it herself. Her daughter wasn't ill, and now she is. So, well, this is why we have a reason to fight against crazy conspiracy theories, because they spread out. You buy into one, you buy into the next, and the next thing you know, you're dead.
Well, unfortunately, there was that story of the couple in America, which I saw on the BBC News. If you're familiar with that one, they were both conspiracy theorists who believed everything, and the virus came out, and obviously they believed it was a hoax. And then they both got it, and only one of them survived, and I forget which one survived. I think it was the husband, and all because they weren't wearing masks, they weren't isolating, they were just going to about life as usual, and that's it.
Stephen Steen, that was a super chat. He said CC wears a mask in the shower. Yeah, Stephen Steen, be horrible and deny everything. That's what you're for.
Oh, Stephen Steen, thank you very much. Well, I do wear a shower mask, but that's because I've got a mirror close to the shower, and I don't like looking at it and seeing my face that close up. It makes me feel like someone's got in the shower with me.
Do you want me to send you Do you want me to send you a waterproof photograph so you can look at my face when you're in the shower?
That'll work.
Actually, I do have some photographs of yours. I won't tell you where I've put them, but I do.
yeah, at the bottom of your toilet bowl.
What are you drinking, Creaky?
Mango and orange squash. I'm very exotic tonight.
And a lot of it, I see.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
If you could be an alcoholic without liking alcohol, I think I'm a something-aholic, because I've never, ever not got a drink. If that makes sense. I'm continuously drinking
Stuff.
For stuff for every second of the day I'm awake.
It's good for you, though.
Not the stuff I drink.
I nicely stocked up on beer today, so I'm good.
Yeah, I don't drink alcohol that much. I can't. I've got no. I'm a very all or nothing person, so I won't drink for like months and months on end, 6-7 months on end, and then the opportunity will arise for us to go out for the evening. Obviously not this year, and I will drink 10 pints in the first 2 hours of being there, and then be too drunk to participate in any way. I can't.
I'll take yours then.
I can't self-moderate, if that makes sense.
Yes. Yep, makes perfect sense.
But I can deny myself things. I can, if I decided tonight, right, I'm not drinking orange squash anymore, I literally can deny myself anything I choose. But I can't moderate myself.
No. So you'll need a buddy to take care of you there. So you can drink something until the buddy says that's enough, or else you won't be happy.
Yeah, my wife does that, and then I just go into the kitchen and stand in the kitchen and drink.
Cool.
And I have to speak quietly now because my wife just told me off by WhatsApp because she said I was being very loud.
Oh, can I do somebody a favor?
Yes.
It's Pipetta to ask if I'm going to sing. Can I steal some of your time?
Absolutely.
Okay. Does anybody remember Una Paloma Blanca?
Yep.
Una Paloma Blanca. Well, okay. There was this Irish band who did a spoof on that, and a part of it went like, when the cows are up the mountain and the milk is on its way, I am a cider drinker. I drinks it all of the day. So yeah, that's what I thought of. I wonder why.
I love it. Love it. I do like your songs and stuff on your channel, and it was because you when I heard the Conspiracy Cats one, I thought you were playing the piano, but you do all that. When we met, you showed me the computer. You do all that on the computer, don't you?
Exactly. So I
Which
choose the instruments, and sometimes it's simply the piano. Sometimes I choose something else, and sometimes it's something I find on the internet. And if that works, then I'll play it like it is.
Yeah, no, it's good. That, and you know, if ever I don't use the outro that you made, I can guarantee I get complaints because it's got like the you know, flattens the flats, like the flat Earth bit. I've taken to putting it into videos that I do about flat Earth now, and then if it's about something else, I don't put it in because it's, you know, like it's about a different topic, and people always come and say, where was the outro?
Oh,
yeah, I listened to the whole shit video just for the outro, and it wasn't there.
People get used to seeing and hearing certain things from you, and if you change something, everybody notices and comments on it.
Yeah.
Everybody without fail.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
Oh, I feel honored. Because sometimes I can see, well, okay, this doesn't have anything to do with my outro. So then, okay, well, because, hey, well, I think I've watched all your videos, I can safely say. And sometimes the outro is not there, and I can see, well, okay, that's logical. But I didn't know you got complaints. That's crazy.
Oh, I do get complaints. You know, like I've taken to like I say, having it in just for the flat Earth ones. Sometimes it's not there because I've just forgotten to drag it in when I'm making when I'm doing the rendering of the video, and it's just oh shit, I forgot. But sometimes, you know, it's deliberate if I'm making videos about viruses or creation or whatever, and people will all. One person unsubbed. One person said I've sat through that whole video and I've just unsubscribed because the outro wasn't there. So there you go.
People are fickle. Do you find, though, Catz, that you lose subscribers every time you upload? Because I do.
What, in those first few minutes, subscribers drop?
Yeah.
I think it's, I think that's like people that maybe have stopped watching your videos for a long time and who, like, if they get a notification, it's like, oh, am I still subscribed to him or unsubscribing? I think it's that initial thing.
That is a good one. Yes. Yeah, I never thought of that.
Well, I used to have that with an old educational channel I had with the school I used to work at. And when the year 11s left, obviously they didn't need the videos anymore. And then when I put them in for the new term, I had the same thing. It was only when I released a video, my subscribers bombed. And you know, it had to be because the year 11s who'd left would get the notification and be like, oh, I've left the school. I don't need that anymore. Bang, unsubscribe. So that's only where I think that from.
Well, there's one thing that I can say to that. And it is we're always accused by the flat earther to do regurgitating or whatever it is they call it. But no, we're doing the thinking ourselves because this is solid thinking. And this is a good reason. This is not something we were taught in school. You have to think about that for yourself, right?
Well, absolutely, yeah, reasoning, and it's the ability to, you know, reason and put together coherent arguments based on logic, you know, and with the flat earthers, they'll say, oh, you know, water find its level, but they're not asking it. They're not trying to reason that. They're not trying to ask the next question and say, well, why does water find its level? And you know, and if they do, and somebody says, oh, it's density, they'll not ask the next question and say, oh, if it's density, then why does, for example, a huge block of ice exert more force on a weighing scale than a smaller block of ice if they're both the same density? Why does that? And they just stop asking these questions where, you know, you just, I don't know, I'm getting on my soapbox there, but yeah.
Don't we all?
We certainly do.
There's like a flat earthers handbook, though, isn't there? And they all kind of, there's various editions. So there's the Nathan Thompson edition and the Nathan Oakley edition, because you can very much tell by listening to some of the newer flat earthers who their preferred bigger flat earther is. Yeah, definitely. And once they run out of Nathan Thompson quotes, where do they go from there?
You get a flat earther who comes on and says, is the horizon geometric or apparent? You know, like that is supposed to be some kind of sensible question. You know they're a Nathan Oakley fan.
Yes.
You get someone who says you can't tell anything from the Earth by looking at the stars. You know they're a Adele fan. You know, not Adele as in the singer, like Adele.
I was going to say I quite like her myself.
That's an Adele fan.
Oh, dear me.
The other Dell.
Everybody in the chat. No.
Yeah. I've got Dell on my soundboard on my own live streams, but I can't switch over to that soundboard while we are live. It's a shame. We could have had some fun with Dell.
Oh, dear me.
The only reason I've never made a video about Dell is because he goes on.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah.
I can't watch a 3.5, 4 hour live stream of flat earthers.
No.
I struggle to make it through a 20-minute video if I'm being completely honest, which is why I'm down to one flat earth video a week, but
Oh, the chat reacts. This is fun.
yeah, no.
Is that B-ball, what is that? A B and Fur ball video still up with the Dell, the herd of Dells?
Oh, the Dell cow.
Yeah.
I've seen that. They use that on the shields a lot, don't they?
I'll see if I get the link.
Pete Bremble is asking all of us what we think the most dangerous conspiracy theory is.
Well, right now it's got to be that viruses don't exist, you know, because people who believe that are quite happily going to go and visit their elderly relatives and also, that in my opinion.
Yeah, I would have generally said anti-vaxxers, but I completely agree with you.
I would say they go hand in hand.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But that being said, and, you know, I don't want to sound like I'm uncaring or anything, but I would imagine that... Give it 18 months and anti-vaxxers aren't going to be that much of a problem anymore, are they? Because,
sounds
you know,
harsh, but,
just saying, because most of them are anti-vaxxers and anti-maskers, aren't they? So yes. They are ripe for a good dose of lagerlurgy.
It will be interesting.
David B22585 says QAnon. Yes, well, that's a dangerous one. Exactly.
I've not looked into anything QAnon. Sir Sick is in the side chat as well. Good evening, Sir Sick. How are you?
Yes.
Can't see him. Sir Sick got me blocked. No, he hasn't. There he is. Hello, buddy. How you doing?
Sir Sick doesn't block people.
I was going to say I wouldn't have done that unless it was an accident. But I know I can't see him. And I've got to say, unfortunately, for the third week on the trot, and I'm really sorry about this, for the third week on the trot, I've drunk too much orange juice and I need a wee. I'm sorry. I'll leave you two to it for a second.
Oh. I'll read this one out. Tusks asked me, is it true that Catz won once a competition by spelling turpentine correctly 3 times out of 5? Well, I have no idea, but I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. Well, okay. How about a little bit of copy-paste, flurfer style? You could get to 5.
Yeah, they're big fans of the copy and paste comments, and that goes back to what I said earlier on about you can tell who they look up to in the flat Earth community. You can tell by what they say, but you can also tell by their comments.
Oh, gas pressure without a container. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Gas pressure without a container, and water always finds its level, and
yes.
None of them...
Do you know what flirter school they went to? Go on.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. But it's funny, none of them ever have appeared to notice that level and flat don't mean the same thing anyway.
Oh, no. Bev desperately tried to get that point across, which of course he couldn't. He was on, where was he? MC Tomb.
Oh, right, yeah.
MC Tomb wouldn't let him.
Yeah,
so,
it just doesn't make any sense to me. So, you know, to give a terrible example, I don't know if you can see the feed, the Snark, but my phone here, that's flat and relatively level. But if I do it like that, it's not level anymore, but it's still flat.
It's still flat.
Do you know what? And they can't seem to differentiate between the two, because it always drives me nuts when they say, oh, it's level and it's flat. Well, which is it?
It always gives me great pleasure to see the videos of Level Earth Observer debunked. I mean, I'm not a debunker. I'm not doing that. The only thing I debunked was Ranty's memes. But other than that, I don't do debunks. I do songs.
Level Earth Observer is, well,
special.
extremely special. And the one thing that bothers me about him is how cocksure he sounds of himself. He really, really is. Neil deGrasse Tyson doesn't know anything. But I'm a crane driver who doesn't show my face in my videos. I'm an expert. It's like, yeah, sure you are, mate.
The fun is, you would be hard-pressed to find another crane driver who agrees with him.
Yeah, exactly. Should we quickly go through a couple of the super chats, guys? Because a few have come in since Chris Shapley. Joey Blue, £5. You two remind me of a substitute teacher and the IT guy trying to figure out how to change the toner in the printer. He must be talking about you, Catz. Is anyone in here craving more dick? I love that person's name. And that was $2 US from Jeff. Do you know, I didn't notice until you pointed it out to me. I genuinely hadn't noticed, which is not like me at all. $2 US from Stephen Steen. CC wears a mask in the shower. Jim, $5 US. Anti-maskers is just the newest breed of I'm not anti-vax, but.
Yeah.
That implies they're all Welsh. We say but a lot. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Adam, 5 squids. Hi everyone, love the ending song of Catz videos.
Oh, thank you.
There you go, the Snark. That one was aimed at you, clearly.
Yes, thanks. Oh, yeah, and Jess is Jessica G, and I did a little song about Jessica G because she was on a super chat spree, and I wrote a limerick about that and sang it. She is something else.
So it dropped out there a little bit, mate. I didn't catch that.
Oh, it's about Jess, who is in all reality Jessica G.
Oh yeah.
And I did a limerick about Jessica when she was doing super chat after super chat. So that's on my channel.
Oh, right. Yeah, definitely. And I'm just going to link that in the description again, because for anyone who's new. So the Snark I'm linking here is the guy that wrote my outro tune, and his channel is just full of very similar tunes about people in the community, etc. It's all, you know, well intentioned, etc. Go over there, check him out.
Not like Mr. Cheswick's channel, then.
Oh, I did a song for Mr. Cheswick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, once in Dutch, and later what's that? A fellow countryman translated it for me, and he said, "Now do it in English." So okay, well, it was mostly his words, but all right, I sang it.
Do you know the worrying thing? Not the worrying thing. Only one song has ever been I was included in, and that was a Mr. Cheswick song, and the chorus was "Creaky is a wanker." My eldest son has got that as his ringtone when I call him. and it's been like 2 years and he still won't get rid of it.
Oh, brilliant.
That was not very creative then, because that all started with Cheswick creating a song "Simon Down as a Wanker," to the tune of "My Old Man is a Dustman."
Yeah, exactly.
It was that song, but
he covered me, you. I pointed at you. You can't. Yes, you can. He pointed at you. You, Catz. And wasn't it Craig and... There was 4 of us, wasn't it?
Was it Soundly?
I'm not sure. It's been a while.
Crowley, yes.
It's been a while, but there we go. Such is life.
Yeah. Oh, dear me.
So little time and so much to do. A song for Pipe Parrot. I write you poems every week. You're not easily satisfied, are you? Oh, well. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, Seek Truth, Speak Truth is in the side chat as well. I didn't notice him earlier.
No, sure. Do you want to come on and have a foursome with us? Seek Truth, Speak Truth. It's always good to have a chat with you. You're more than welcome to jump in.
Easy, Tiger. I haven't showered. And I'm pretty sure I'm out of Vaseline as well.
You are horrible.
I know. I do try. Seek Truth, Speak Truth. Do you want to join us?
There's also Sir Sick as well, you know, if you want to hop in.
Sick.
I don't know why I didn't think of that before as well.
It's because he's a terrible person.
A good and terrible person.
By his own admission. I'm not calling him a terrible person.
Oh, dear me.
Crouching Tiger Hidden Adam says I should have wanker hats for sale in my merch store. I don't need to encourage people to think that of me. Well, I don't know. You got to give them what they want, haven't you? So, Sick, are you still here? Get wave or something. Jump up and down.
Robert Caslow, the Snark, says, can you sing Nantucket? I don't know what Nantucket is. Is that like you had something like, and instead of Grandad taking it, is it like Nantucket? Like your Nantucket, or is it something different?
I don't know. Nantucket was the corporation which created Clipper, and I programmed in Clipper for a long time, but that cannot possibly be the reference.
No, I can think of a limerick that includes Nantucket, but I don't want to get demonetized. So
don't miss the next super chat, Creaky. That's very important.
Robert.
No last name.
I think I may need new glasses. Somebody buy the Snark a pint on me. Good show, chum.
Thank you.
Oh, well, I definitely will, because next time you're in the country, my good fella, Seek Truth, Speak Truth has said he will come on. So, yeah, next time you are in the country, give us a shout. Seek Truth, Speak Truth. Creaky.
Yes, hello.
How do I get in the link?
Leave it to me. Because I think only the person who's hosting can
get the link.
I think. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Have you got his email address?
That. I think I have, actually. Bear with me one moment.
If not, Seek Truth, Speak Truth. If you just WhatsApp me your email address, I can WhatsApp it to Creaky, and then he's got it. And then we can have four of us. So.
Oh.
Yeah, seeing as Sir Sick as being really antisocial.
He's going working hard. Working hard
or hardly working?
Oh, just what I really thought to say. I know he said he wasn't up for it today, but and I'm not pestering you to come on. Like, you know, I hate it when you go into a chat and someone recognizes you and they say, oh, why aren't you coming on? Oh, you must be scared. Oh, why aren't you, you know? So I'm not doing that. But if you do want to come on to chat, because I know you've got a lot of ideas and you know that we'll be polite with you, just drop us an email, agree to disagree, debates@gmail.com. We can sort a date out. I know you can't do it now, but you're more than welcome any other time. And YouTube as well. Oh, I've got a WhatsApp. That is from the man himself. And I'm going to forward this to you, Creeks.
Oh, okay.
Do you want it on Yeah, I'll email it.
Do it on WhatsApp. I got WhatsApp open on the PC because I'm a modern guy.
You can get WhatsApp on the computer?
Yeah, whenever I speak to you, it's on the computer. Well, not whenever, but quite frequently.
How do I forward a WhatsApp?
Really?
Yeah. WhatsApp web. It's
I don't know how to share one. I'll tell you what. Oh. How do you forward a WhatsApp?
There's a little arrow. Click on it and then click on forward message.
Holy. I'm going to have to email it to the agree to disagree account. Sorry, mate. I don't know what I'm doing.
Do any of your students ever approach you and say, excuse me, sir, I'm having some issues with my smartphone. Could you help?
Confiscate them. They're not allowed them in school. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah, there we are. That's a good get out of jail card.
Oh, holy camoli. Right. It won't let me copy the...
Can you just type it, or is it a really long email address?
No, I'll
just
I've screenshotted it. I've screenshotted it, and my attempt to copy it, so I've quoted it. I'm going to send you the screenshot. Crafty Killer says I'm a disaster when it comes to tech, and she's absolutely right.
Well, I got nothing to say about that because I'm a disaster when it comes to science, which is why I just point and laugh at people.
Right. There we go, mate. I've sent it to you, and it's on a screenshot, and you can see it there. Right. Sorry, Seek Truth, Speak Truth. What does Richard Hyde say? What do you think of the argument you can't feel the earth moving? Did they never sit on a train? It's so stupid it hurts. See, that's... Sorry, I've just put it in there with a flat earth question, but that is a ridiculous argument, isn't it? you heard that one before, the Snark, where people said, well, we should be able to feel the Earth move.
It's why. What do you expect to feel? But it's also, these people don't have any idea of scale. Like, why should you be able to feel let's say that 1/10 of a degree every 10 miles? Okay, so the Earth has moved 10 miles, or on your latitude a little bit less. Why do you expect to feel that?
Yeah, I mean, like, you can look at all the equations for circular motion, and you can use them to design things that spin, like fairground rides or whatever, or you can use them to design how much banking that you want to have on like a speedway track and stuff like that. It works in the real world, right? We know it works. We know those equations are correct. And then you scale it up to the size of the Earth, and you realize that you shouldn't be feeling anything at that size. But again, they like to use the whole idea of it's spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. Well, it's not spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, is it? Like if you're on a plane flying at 700 mile an hour, that's nice and calm because you are not spinning. You feel the spin, you feel the change in direction, you feel the acceleration because of that change in direction, and the acceleration's tiny.
Excuse me, sir.
Sorry, mate.
Gordon Mullin has entered the waiting room.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, let's bring him in.
Do we have sound?
Sorry?
Don't hear him.
Yeah, I can hear you, Snark, but I can't hear Gordon yet.
Check levels, Gordon.
Sometimes it takes a while for the audio to connect. I remember we had that when we had the Westboro Baptist Church on, and it seemed to take about half an hour, didn't it, for Shirley's audio to come through?
Yeah, it did take a long time.
Which, so I don't know. Maybe the debate is back on. We shall see. A speedy version of it. Right.
Oh.
No, I can't hear him.
No, I can't hear anything.
Right, Gordon, if you can hear us, Gordon, you've somehow got yourself muted. If you look on the bottom left, you should see a why am I giving out technology tips? I couldn't forward a WhatsApp message 2 minutes ago. Bloody hell.
But you're right, that's exactly what he needs to do. Gordon, in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, there's two buttons. One says stop video and one says mute. If you click the mute button, it should unmute you.
Yeah, I don't know. It says
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Hi, Parrot says make sure he is using computer audio.
All right, using computer audio. Is that set? See, I don't know if that is there a setting. Then you can. What's the alternative to computer audio?
Hey, I know nothing.
So
this is Hi, Parrot's suggestion, and I trust her implicitly.
Okay, apparently, Gordon, if you're having struggling, you need to have the setting on to use computer audio. That might mean you've got to go back out and come back in and click on it that way, maybe. I don't know. So, anyway, Snark, the Snark, sir.
Yes.
When are you back over our way?
That's hard to say. As things are now, I'm always, say, in the Netherlands and in Portugal in the winter. But I think I'll be doing one more season in France, and after that, it's up for grabs. Can be anywhere. So after that, I'm free to go where I want to go and when I want to go. So it'll be some time, but yeah, I'll be back in England. But again, it'll take time.
Oh well, let us know. And there's
oh yes,
a pint there that has been brought to you by. Oh God, I've forgotten the name. We'll get that later. Oh, there we go. Rodent no last name. Right.
No, that's the one. Yes.
We've lost Gordon. He's gone.
No.
If you were watching the stream, Gordon, which I assume you will be if you're doing this, if you've dropped out, I'm hoping you've dropped out so you can come back in and click the. Damn, what was that setting he was told to click? Someone in the chat said it.
Oh no, he's gone.
Computer audio. What?
Click use computer audio. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe he's gone. Maybe he's gone out to do that. We shall see. Looked like he was trying to connect.
Seek Truth, Speak Truth is waiting as well. Should we pull him in as well, Catz?
Yeah. How many can we have as a max?
Loads.
Oh, can we? Right. Okay.
Yeah, we'll.
Yeah. Let's get Seek Truth, Speak Truth in. It's going to be a fest.
Look at that.
Oh, amazing.
Anything working?
Well, now Seek Truth is connecting to audio, and it seems to be taking a while. Gordon says he's connected, but
he's muted. Gordon, you're muted. No, that's Seek Truth, Speak Truth is muted.
Gordon's just put in the chat.
Hello, you should hear me now.
No, we can't hear you at all. Seek Truth, Speak Truth. It's almost as if you're not here. What? I'm serious. I didn't hear you laugh either. How you doing, pal? Yeah, good, mate. Good.
Good man.
It's cool, Mr. Snark.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Hey, hello. Seek Truth, Speak Truth. Good man. And this lovely oblate spheroid. You got a
cool, man. How are you?
Oh, very good. That light behind you is very bright. We can hardly see your face. Oh, well, okay. We know.
That's what I was hoping for.
Just like cats in the shower.
Yeah.
It's not a pretty sight, that.
Well, hey, this is why this channel is called Agree to Disagree. Let's disagree on that, right?
So, Seek Truth, buddy, how's the channel growing? It seems to be doing well. New studio and all.
Yeah, I'm really excited by it, man. Yeah, it's just sort of growing slowly but surely now. Obviously, I had that big shout out from Simon Dan, didn't I? So, kind of give me a big boost. But yeah, I'm kind of finding my feet still. But yeah, going really well, dude. Thank you very much.
The one with your ex was glorious.
Oh,
you remember
mate,
what I said in the chat, right?
She loved that comment. She loved that comment you left.
Yeah,
Hands off.
That was a good one.
Hands off, Mr. Snark. That's what did I say? It was bros before hoes.
Oh God! Love
I
it.
asked for contact details and then I checked myself and I said, "Oh wait."
Seek Truth, can you feel this? I've been really busy in the real world, like really busy with setting up work stuff and what have you. And I saw a title of your video, and I've still got to get around to watching it. But you said, no, I did watch it. I watched the first episode. Grant is leaving. Now I haven't. I've not been keeping up to date with stuff. What's gone on there?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them things where after thinking about it, after rethinking about it, I don't know. I don't know whether it's just attention seeking, trying to get his donations up a little bit more to keep him where he is, and do you know what I mean? There might be a hidden reason as to why. But yeah, he says he's got a job and he's going to be leaving, obviously doing what he's doing. Yeah. But,
can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now, Gordon.
Oh, how you doing?
Good.
Can you all hear each other?
Yeah, I can hear everyone.
I can hear everyone.
So he's leaving. Well, I suppose like we've got a full house, but welcome Gordon here, who the debate was supposed to be about tonight, and now I'm totally confused as to what the hell's going on. So, should we hand over to Gordon and see what?
Yeah.
What the situation is? Gordon, I'll just pass it over to you.
Hello.
Oh, is he gone again?
No, I'm here.
Can't hear. Oh, it's just a bit quiet. You were really loud a minute ago. Whatever you've done to your settings or microphone, you've just gone quiet. If you just undo what you did.
Sorry, it's my girlfriend's
there
in
we
the
are.
next room, so I'm just trying to be quiet.
That's
Right.
perfect.
Sorry, it's my girlfriend's in the next room. I'm just trying to be quiet.
Right. No, it's your turn, mate. It's your turn to speak. What is going on? What are we doing?
Listen, see, to be honest with you, Conspiracy Cats, I was just bored after work. I made a daft comment to try and get on chat box travels. So I was really just joking, to be honest with you. And just one thing led to the other, and I was just like, I was misspelling things deliberately. I don't know. It was just stupid. I just wanted to apologise to you because I didn't actually. I know I said I was available on the 30th, but I was going to tell you before the debate happened. Listen, I'm only joking. I didn't realise you were actually going to do it on the 30th. I thought it was a few weeks from now, so I just wanted to apologise. That was all.
Right. Well, I suppose I've made a rod for my own back with the whole chatbox travel thing. I do know people try and get on with that. Well,
No, that's quite funny, but that's quite funny.
no hard feelings, mate. No hard feelings at all.
No, that's all. It's just because I wouldn't want you to. I was going to say to you before the debate happened. I'm just a bit annoyed that I didn't get to do that. That's why I was a bit. That was all.
Right.
Creaky, you hear
But
that?
see what you
Another
said
one
though.
with no
What
accent.
I will say is what you said was 100% right. But see the people who believe education is indoctrination. I mean, they do actually believe that, even though education is how we built the modern world. So you do have a point, and I've spoke to these people before, and the logic just baffles me.
I think. Well, the how I was going to prepare for the debate tonight with yourself was, I mean, Creaky's in the PowerPoint. I've made a load of predictions of it that I thought you were going to make, and the first prediction that I made was when we start talking about what teachers actually teach. You wouldn't know it. And I think the people who say teachers are indoctrinating people with lies, etc. If you actually said to them, "What is the curriculum? What do you think we're teaching them?" They wouldn't be able. They wouldn't be able to articulate it. And actually, I went through the curriculum today, and it didn't take me long because I've got it all to hand anyway. To look for all the references, and every single thing that we teach can be backed up quite easily. So I was looking forward to it, but never mind. But thank you for coming on and clearing it up.
No, just a bit embarrassed. I just wanted to say sorry. That was all. I just wanted to apologize.
Hey, listen, there's nothing to be embarrassed about apart from your accent. Obviously, it takes big. It takes big. I can get away with saying things like that because I don't have an accent, but it takes big balls to come on and say what you've just said because you know what this community can be like.
Yes.
It's,
Where are you from in Wales? Where are you from? South Wales?
What makes you think I'm from Wales? I've
I
never
don't know.
said I'm from Wales.
Tell me. You tell
Yes.
me. You talk and I'll guess.
South Wales, yeah, Swansea.
Oh dear. I think that where you got me in the comments was because I don't mind. Like if someone could post a comment telling me they're gonna run me over in a car, they could tell me I'm all sorts of horrible things, they could tell me anything. But when they say that I lie to kids in the classroom, for some reason that just makes me think, you fucking lie. Which I think is why I pursued it. And what I said to you in that first reply was true. Every single person who says that goes through those stages, and then eventually just walks away, Mm-hmm. So yeah, you picked the right topic to get me back up, to be honest. Well done. But yeah, and do you know Seek Truth, Speak Truth?
I've seen him on your channel. Yeah, I've seen him on your channel.
Everybody should.
Is he
he's
still
good.
here? His
Quite
video's
funny as well. Can you hear me?
I'm still here.
Ah, right.
Yeah, I just kind of muted myself, letting Garden have a word.
Yeah, I've never been in a chat with so many people and the lag. It's going to be interesting.
I've never
very
actually used
confusing.
it, so.
We're not prepared for that.
Definitely a bit of a lag on my end. So if I start over talking people, I apologise because I am lagging a little bit. So right. So just to be clear, then, Gordon, you so I can chalk this down to an easy debate win. You do not think I lie to children in the classroom? Yay! There we go. Debate one.
No, that's another thing as well, though. The people that say that, they think that maybe teachers or students, they don't do experiments for themselves. Of course they do. They're always experimenting, they're always figuring out why they're getting taught is the truth, and that's what they don't understand. They think that people are just told things and then that's it. They don't realise they actually do experiments and do the research themselves.
And there's been a massive change in that lately. I started teaching 20 years ago, and about 10 years ago, there was a massive change where everything became more skills focused. So instead of just having loads and loads, we've still got a lot of content, but they cut down on the content you just told people or taught them. And it all became, just like you said there, about experimentation, understanding trends between variables, then trying to ask the right question next. What should what should we do next to improve the investigation? And it really has moved over to not indoctrination, but more honing the skills on how you ask the right question. And
that's what I mean. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, it's not just a case of like that's the whole irony of what I was saying. Do you know what I mean? I know like you don't just like get taught what to say or whatever. You do actually the experience yourself, the research, to work out the conclusions or whatever. But you're right, I don't have any scientific background. I was only joking. It was just a mess about. I mean, but I'm just a bit annoyed that I didn't know you were going live tonight, or else I'd have told you. But that was all it was. I just wanted to apologise. So.
Well, I once did a debate on the non sequitur show for the entire 2 hours, and I stayed up to 1 o'clock in the morning to do it. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, the guy that I was debating said, "Oh, I'm only joking. I'm just pretending to be a flat earther."
I think most of them are, apart from I think apart from the charlatans, like the kind of obvious ones. Do you know what I mean? Who make money out of it, but. I think they just maybe take advantage of vulnerable people, but I can't see why anybody would be so stupid, to be honest with you.
So, speak truth. Let's bring you in on this.
I can tell you, yeah.
Yeah?
I was that stupid.
No, I subscribe to you. Seek truth, I subscribe to you. I seen you on I think you were getting interviewed. I don't know if it was in this channel or a different channel, but I seen you getting interviewed and I subscribed to you. Used to be a flat earther.
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of like you were saying, like, you don't think anyone believes it. I mean, there's definitely people out there that pretend, and even like the trolls, like they're not making any money out of it. And it's kind of those people that I think, well, why do you sit there and do that? It's quite sad in my eyes to kind of pretend to think that. But I suppose it affects me more, I suppose, because I did think it, if you know what I mean. And it's just such a stupid way of thinking that to me, anyone that kind of pretends, I just don't understand why anyone would, if you know what I mean. But, if people do it for a laugh.
That's all it was. Yeah. It was nothing. I just seen a comment. I just wrote something. Just stupid.
Yeah. Oh, no, that wasn't aimed at you, sorry.
Anything as well.
So seek truth, speak truth. Just what if I was to sort of sit on your chest now and make you give me a number about the number of people you think really, really do think the Earth is flat, would that be a high number or?
Do you mean in the world?
No, I mean in the sort of circles that we all move in, because I've got this. I don't like using the word belief, but I've got this idea that there's a very, very high percentage of people like Anthony Riley, Ranty, Nathan Oakley, Nathan Thompson. You can rattle all the names. And I really don't think any of them actually do think the Earth is flat. I think they've just got themselves to a point financially where they've got to double down now. They can't do what you so bravely did and 180 on your views, because they would be cutting off their source of income.
Exactly, they make money off it as well now, so they can't just say they don't believe it now. I mean, that's how they make their living. I think a lot of them. I think I seen a Conspiracy Catz video where they offered them money for charity. They said they would put money towards charity, and they just backed out of it and wouldn't do it.
Yeah, God, that was a long time ago. That was. I remember that.
Oh, was that the Nathan Oakley debate?
I think so, yeah.
He's so insufferable, I wouldn't, honestly. I don't know how you can even talk to him. It's just...
Well, Nathan Thompson is a real flat earther. The others are, in my view, definite pose. But yeah, to be a Nathan Thompson, you have to be a special kind of crazy.
Oh, yeah. So, seek truth, speak truth. Did I just do my usual trick and ask you a question and then not give you the opportunity to reply? I think I did, didn't I?
Probably.
How big a number would you think it is?
Well, like you were saying, the names you reeled off, 90% of them don't believe it's flat. They may have started as flat earthers, but like you say, they can't go back because they are financially tied to it. And then I would say, within the group of like just say commenters, non-content creators.
Yeah.
I'd say probably 70% believe it, but then there's definitely a 30% there that are literally just trolling, if you know what I mean, and just.
Yeah.
But they're adding as much fuel to the fire as the people making the content.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because I think, again, a lot of it is just that wanting to belong to some sort of like-minded community as well, isn't it? Even if that means pretending to believe something that, clearly isn't factual. But, if you can make, we all like to have friends, and we all like to have people we can call on and, and speak to. So, the same must apply from that side of the argument, surely.
Yeah, I mean, it was to me, it was just literally like a drug. It became addictive. And I did a video the other day because I was into nearly every conspiracy there is, and I did a video the other day. I don't know if you've seen it, but it got all confused. But it was kind of supposedly a boy falling out of Buckingham Palace,
right?
And it was just off a TV show. Do you know what I mean? Called The Royals. And someone cut it and pasted it, and years later that is still going around that, oh my God, there's like a child falling out of Buckingham Palace. And even after I got debunked, I still spread that, even though I knew, like when I found out that it was fake, I still was telling people. And actually, like the timeline of it was just before I started speaking to Conspiracy Catz.
Yeah.
And so even then, I was knowingly spreading a lie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So like I said earlier on, you double down then, rather than come out and say, "Oh, okay, I found out that this one isn't true." You just went, "No, it is true. I don't care what the mainstream media says. I don't care that it's been debunked. I believe it, so it's true." It's that kind of situation.
It is. I mean, I don't know, because obviously I must be a bit of a rare breed. It's only me and a few other people like Jose and that have gone back publicly.
Yeah.
So it is just it's a psychological state that these guys have got themselves in, and even the people that aren't making money off it, they know deep down they have to that the Earth is not flat. Even the ones that even now when I look into my heart, I was never 100% sure the Earth was flat. Do you know what I mean? Like most of that had ended up on faith and not being able to go back on my beliefs. Then, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's I don't know. I just have got this feeling that I can't shake that they're all just doing it for a laugh or to earn money.
There is another.
Definitely. I mean, obviously, I get accused of, say, just pretending to be a flat earther to then go to the globe thinking that you'd get subscribers out of that. And, that would work. Do you know what I mean? But there is a past. Do you know what I mean? I have my old videos, but people won't look into that. They'll go, oh, you were just pretending for 20 videos that but you're going to be a very sad person to make like 10 hours of flat earth content to then go back onto it. Do you know what I mean? It's just it is stupid, but that's what they have to go to.
Because is it Catz, you'll know this much better than me, is it Anthony Riley whose channel isn't monetized at all?
Correct.
No, and he uses that as a something sort of to be proud of, but he's taken thousands of pounds off his he took over £2,000 off his subscribers to do the masters that he failed. He's taking money off them for new computers and
so he earns money in a different way. Yeah.
Sorry, Snark, I didn't hear that going.
And to buy new subscribers.
Yes.
Okay, it's never been proven, but I think Mr. Sensible had a good case when he said that, and he looked at stats and said, okay, it all of a sudden increases by 200, and then another 200, another 200. I wonder.
Well, he picked up 600, I believe, yesterday or day before.
Yeah, but I don't know if that does show it, because like when I was away, and I was away for, was it 3 weeks? My channel just flatlined, literally flatlined. My revenue dropped off, my subscribers stopped coming in. But now I'm 4 videos back, and I'm back up to 200 a day again. So, would somebody potentially look at that and think that I'm buying 200 subscribers a day? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm sure there is a number that...
It's around numbers.
Yeah, but, I would think if somebody was on, say, 600 subscribers today, and then tomorrow you went on their channel and they had 600,000, and none of their videos have had a huge surge in views, I most definitely think that implies the purchase of subscribers.
Well, at least
I don't think
Ranty
it's stay though. Like, if YouTube is quite hot on stuff like that. If you did buy subscribers, like your channel's just going to get taken down, or do you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Every
so often I'll get up because I'm very sad and have no real life to speak of. The first thing I do in the morning when I get up is have a look at my channel back end, and it's quite a frequent thing that I will have lost, I don't know, 300 subscribers overnight. And then when I look at it, it's probably it's YouTube systems going through and cleaning out sock accounts and inactive accounts. Because
I mean, it's not you buying them, is it? It's just like, say, bots or whatever and things,
exactly,
and then they might just get found out, but it's not you necessarily buying them.
Yeah, because that's the big thing against Simon Dan, isn't it? That he must have bought subscribers. Why? Because he has a lot of them. You can trace the beginning of Dan's incredible growth back to one video.
Yes.
And you can do that yourself.
The Swingate guy.
Yeah, people are fond on YouTube of saying, do your own research. Well, go on then. Just go back a couple of years on Dan's channel and you'll see where the growth started.
Even after it grew, it was like a Ranty still accused Simon Dan of buying subs already in the 100,000s, and it's just...
Yeah. But the funny thing is, though, I get people accuse me of buying subs and, all the same things that we all get accused of. But to me, it's like, I think what you like. I'm doing this as my job now and loving every second of it. So if you want to think I buy subs, then fine, think I buy subs. It doesn't affect my life in any way, shape or form.
Mm.
There's some strange people.
Isn't it? They just have to think of anything to discredit you in your channel.
Yeah, it reminds me, and I've said this in plenty of videos, of like a schoolyard argument where you're arguing with your pal and then you suddenly can see, right, I'm not winning, I've got no way of winning, and you just scream into his face that he smells and then you run away. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of, I've tried making fun of you, calling you Baldy, and it doesn't work. Because believe it or not, I've noticed I don't have any hair. It's no shock to me. Calling me Four Eyes. I'm not 12, so I don't care. Calling me old. Well, I've been here a while, but and then when none of that works, then they resort then to the you must buy subs, or I bet you're a paedophile. All the kind of when they escalate the insults because the standard ones aren't working.
That seems to be a common one at the minute, bringing up child abuse and stuff like that. That seems to be their standard go-to.
The thing is, I think they know how hurtful that is when it's aimed at anybody. Anybody. Unless, of course, that person is an actual paedophile, then it's rightly aimed at them. But I think they realise how horrible of a thing that is to say, and that's why they say it.
There's one flirter, and I won't say his name, but I always call him Silly, very silly, and
that doesn't narrow it down then.
Wolfie. Yes, he accused Wolfie of doing that. So the brainless and completely unfounded accusations. I think he got blocked somewhere because he's got a new account. So you can see what kind of horrible person he is. I invite everybody to, whenever you see him, refer to him as silly, very silly. He'll like that. Can I say one other thing about communities? there was one thing that my son told me, and he's played World of Warcraft for a long time, but that was also because he kept running into the same friends. That's what you come back to. Flat Earthers do that, but I do that too. I mean, if I go into a side chat and I see Christ Puncher, it's always punchy, and then you get a reaction, snarky, up mummy, or quitties, facty, and crafty. It's like you recognize each other. It's simply great fun to see each other if it's only in side chat.
Yeah, and it's because we're all like-minded, isn't it? And this is what I said earlier, but I think exactly the same applies to the Flat Earth community.
Yes.
They feel about their community the way we feel about our community.
That's my point, exactly.
Yeah.
In a way, I mean, I even feel like I left one group and went to another. Do you know what I mean? Like, in a sense, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm still gaining support with my subscribers and things like that. So that's why I don't know. Because I was never very public and I wasn't a big flat earther, it was a lot easier for me than, say, obviously someone else that would have to change, if you know what I mean. But the Globe Earth community, I can say, is definitely less toxic than the other side.
Yeah. It must have been a difficult thing to do, though. Was there sort of a moment where you at some point realised, look, I know now the Earth isn't flat, but did you was there a build up to you kind of announcing that you were no longer a flat earther and that you would, I don't know, come to your senses or finally understood that the world couldn't be flat? Was there a moment that sticks in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was more difficult in my personal life to tell the people around me that for, like, say, 2.5 years had just had it in the ear that the Earth is flat, and they're rolling their eyes at me. So it was more difficult with them. But to be honest, the YouTube turnaround was easier. Because I, obviously my channel was smaller, so I didn't have a massive following. My following really did come when I changed to reality. Do you know what I mean? So it was easier, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, it was a tough few days. And then the months afterwards, to be honest, was sort of quite a mental strain, if you know what I mean. But it is that physical belief. And again, that's why I say about just the sheer distaste for anyone that is pretending that the Earth is flat, either as a commenter or otherwise. Like, they don't realise the effect that they could be having on other people's lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's like I've said, I fear that they're creating the next generation of idiots.
Yeah, anti-vaxxers and, I was exactly that, and I don't have kids, but, if I did, I probably wouldn't have had them vaccinated at the time.
Yeah.
But now I would, and it's just this frame of mind that just switched to, like, it's not back to trust in authority, but it's kind of understanding who to trust. If you know what I mean.
The thing is, as well, it's interesting what you just said. And Catz, I know I'm hogging the microphone.
No, you crack on.
I'm extremely nosy and I love asking questions. It's shit, I've lost my train of thought now. What was I saying?
Your train of thought is boarding at the station.
I know, it must be. And it's broken down. What were you saying? Seek truth, speak truth. That may remind me.
Knowing who to trust.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Right. Yeah, that's enough to remind me of what I was going to say. So, I know that's a broad term, but I stand by it. It seems to me that all flat earthers, all conspiracy theorists have got a real distrust for any form of government organisation. Is that fair to say?
Big time, yeah. I mean, 100%.
But they never stop to think. For example, me, I'm a skeptic. I make anti-flat Earth videos, but I think the government is up to some shady stuff. There's things going on that we will never get to know about. But the difference between me and a conspiracy theorist is I just accept the fact that there's probably a good reason why we don't need to know.
Yeah. I mean, things are going to be hidden like that, aren't they? And it is, like you say, I mean, with vaccines even, people will point out the small cases where, something might have happened to one person, but it's about the billions.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And there will be things that the governments maybe have to hide for our safety.
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly the point I'm trying to make, is there's some things that we, as the British public, I'll say, because, you know, I live in Britain, there's obviously reasons why we don't need to be privy to that information, because it could, in the most extreme of cases, cause a countrywide panic, or, you know, cause additional problems to the problems that allegedly are being hidden, but with good reasons that we aren't aware of. Does that make sense to everyone, or am I just waffling?
I mean, but my mind goes to like, if you think about WikiLeaks and Ed Snowden and what they did. I think they've shown that it's very difficult. I think they've shown that it's almost inevitable that things are getting, you know, things will get leaked, things will get out there.
Yeah.
But then you look at Flat Earth and, you know, all the entire industries that have to have their own complicated secrets that nobody's decided to mention, you know, communication, space travel, education, university, physicians, but I could go on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
You know, politicians and economics experts and, oh God, historians. They've all got to be on it, and not, there's not one Snowden come out of any one of those industries and said, oh, look what I found.
You know, like Call of the Void has just said in the side chat, like a pandemic. Yeah, that's exactly the sort of thing. Okay, maybe it would have been beneficial if we'd had the information a little bit sooner, but there must have been a reason why the information wasn't shared any sooner. Don't people stop to think that maybe they were coming up, and I know this, some people will consider this laughable, you know, based on the way it's being handled, but they had to put certain things in place before causing panic amongst the British public and the public of all the other countries that are affected. So they were doing work on the back end before telling us all about it, and there must have been reasons why they did it like that, surely.
But the fact is, it has got out, isn't it? It has got out that people like. So, for example, you know, China. I was watching, you know, the brilliant Panorama episode a few weeks ago about how it was covered up in there. And the thing is, these cover-ups, conspiracies, whatever you want to call them, they are gotten to the bottom of by you know, by people. I don't know. So it's just ridiculous. Anyone who can believe that something as big as that could just not be found out by anybody has no reason.
That's the thing there, though, and you know, it's like you just said now, genuine, actual conspiracy theories, because there are real conspiracy theories. They eventually get exposed as to what they actually are. And it usually happens in a relatively short amount of time. If you look at the length of time Flat Earth has been a belief, if Flat Earth is just a conspiracy theory that's ripe for the proving, go on then. We'll wait. Why has nobody... Do you know what I mean? Because things that are genuinely a conspiracy theory will be proven in time to be false or to be what they actually are. But that's never happened up till now with Flat Earth, and it never will, and that's because the Earth isn't flat.
Exactly. Gordon, what about you? Are there any conspiracy theories out there that you think, obviously not Flat Earth, but you think, there's something to that, maybe?
Sorry, guys, before Gordon speaks, is it okay if I just jump out? I've got to eat me dinner, guys.
All right, mate. Thank you for coming in. Really appreciate it. It's been good to catch up. Speak to you, mate.
Speak to you.
Before you go,
CC.
Before you go, did I send you the email address that I said I was going to send you before, or have I not?
No.
Right, I'll send that as soon as I get off here, because the person in question's in the chat now. They just reminded me. All right, mate. I'll catch you later.
Cool. Thank you very much, guys, for having me on. Creaky, good to speak to you. The Snark.
Take care, dude.
Gordon, all the best to you all. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
See ya. Yeah, so Gordon was saying, is there anything that you would buy into? Obviously not Flat Earth, but anything that you think, there could be something to that?
Well, politically, I mean, it's been proved before, hasn't it? Like in the 60s, like Watergate, for example. That's a conspiracy, I suppose. But I think that with conspiracies, you have to like think to yourself, like, what is more likely? Do you know what I mean? What is more likely? Like for example, like aliens or something. Is it more likely that aliens are visiting the Earth, or is it more likely that or somebody just maybe had a hallucination, or maybe seen a balloon, or do you know what I mean? To me, it's more likely that someone's seen like, an aeroplane, or maybe like some test pilots or whatever. So that's the way I look at things. It's just about reason, what's more logical, what makes more logical sense, and what's more likely to happen. And I think that's the problem. I think the problem with conspiracy theories, people want to believe in them as well.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. They want to believe in it, and it causes that kind of like cognitive bias, I suppose. But
yeah,
definitely, you're looking for that reinforcement all the time, aren't you?
That's how I believe it anyway.
And that's why they like to involve themselves in a community.
Mm-hmm.
Because an argument is easier to participate in if there's a large group of you, isn't there?
Yeah, well, yeah, I suppose that's kind of like a cult into it. Like they want to just they want to believe that they know something you don't as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I think they like that sense of like it's kind of like I don't know if narcissism is too strong a word, but there's definitely like I think there's like with flat earthers, I think there's a couple of different groups of them. I think some of them are quite narcissistic. So and then there's other ones that are maybe religious, and so it's just depends really.
I think the religious ones are. I can understand that, because if you've got such a faith where you think no, the Bible says it, so that is true, that comes first, then I think when I had the Mind of God on here, you know, he's even said, didn't he himself, the Mind of God, he said, I wouldn't want to be a flat earther because look at the people who are flat earthers. He said, look around who I'm in the club with. You know, like, God, I wouldn't want to be part of this club, but it's in the Bible, and that's it. And he didn't want to talk. It didn't matter what I presented him science-wise. He was like, yeah, whatever, but the Bible says, and that's what I believe. So,
but that is exactly what indoctrination is. He believes it because the Bible says so. And because other religious figures say they believe that the Bible says so, then so does he. So that, by definition, surely is indoctrination.
Of course it is. Of course it is. And another thing as well, but it's not just the ones that believe in the Bible. The other ones that spout indoctrination as well, that, I mean, they just all repeat the same thing. They say all of us just say what we're told, even though they all say the exact same wrong science.
Yeah.
I'm not got a science background. I'm not going to pretend I do, but the conclusions they come up with, I mean, they all come up with the same conclusions, getting from the same sources, and they claim we're sheep. It's like, I just don't understand that way of thinking. That's why I just think no one's seriously that stupid, surely. But I think some of them are. I think some maybe a bit deluded, or maybe vulnerable people, and that's why I annoy you, the people that make videos and stuff.
That's another thing. See, vulnerable people, they are susceptible to buying into that sort of conspiracy.
Yeah. I can get about what you said about the religious people. I can completely get that. I mean, it's comforting for them, or maybe they just believe what the Bible tells them is true. That's their faith. I get that completely. I wouldn't want to argue with them, but I'd just let them believe what they want to believe.
The thing is,
harmless, but
as far as religion goes, I was raised Roman Catholic. I went to Catholic school. I went to church every Sunday, and then as soon as I was too old for my parents to make me go to church anymore, and I had left school, it was like, what a load of old shit.
Exactly the same, mate.
A man turning water into wine. He'd make a fortune down Wine Street in Swansea. You know, every animal in the world on a boat. Yeah, good one.
A quick note, Brenda wants to come in. Should have sent an email by now. So if that's okay with you, then the mail is on the way.
Brenda, no, fine by me. We've got about 10 minutes to run, but Brenda's someone who's here a lot, Creaky, and
let's have a look.
I have suggestion for a future show.
Okay, Brenda, I am just gonna send you an invite link immediately, if not sooner. Right, so let's copy that.
It's a great story about Abraham. Somebody hears voices in his head, chops off a bit of his penis, and nearly kills his son. And there's nobody among these 3 or 4 billion people that think there's something wrong with that.
How big must his penis be if chopping a bit off nearly killed his son?
Yeah, well, there must be a link there. I don't know.
Is it?
Or I just made it up, or it sounded like, well, whatever.
There we are, Brenda. The invite has been sent to you.
Oh my word! Oh yeah, you're right though. But speaking of like that cognitive, searching for that bias, I live in northwest of England, and if you go back 25 years, we were the UFO hotspot of Europe over here. And I think I've told this story before, and there were more UFO sightings here than anywhere else. And my dad was an ambulance man, and he said he'd seen them when he was out on a night shift, and neighbours had seen them. I never did. But everyone was like, yeah, I've seen one. And I really wanted to believe in UFOs and aliens. And of course, anything I saw in the sky, I was convincing myself that must be it, that must be it. Anyway, the truth is it turned out that the stealth bomber was being because we're there's loads of fields and moors. They were test flying the stealth bomber before they made it public over here, and that's what everyone was seeing for years before they made it public, like different prototype versions of the stealth bomber. So like say what Gordon was saying before, what's more likely, more likely that it wasn't an alien, which is a shame. But aliens are still more likely than flat Earth. So
yeah, exactly.
If they saw that those stealth bombers every time they reported UFOs, they must have thought, the stealth is not good enough.
The thing with alien, I'd like to think there are aliens out there somewhere. Surely there have to be. We can't possibly be the only planet that's got, intelligent life. They must be somewhere, surely. What does everyone else think?
Statistically,
certainly, but the galaxy's like 100,000 light years across, and
I just don't think they've been here.
Yeah,
and I don't mean Swansea. I mean Earth.
But also, the universe is that old, and civilizations have a lifespan. Is it a case that they have been, but then died out before?
Yeah.
Anyway,
there's an argument. There's an argument with the first as well, because obviously you look at the cosmic microwave background, the first light in the universe, and of course I'm not a scientist, I don't want to sound scientist. I'll say it as best I can, right? But apparently the universe is about nearly 14 billion years old, and our solar system's like 4.5 billion years old. So that's like a third of the age of the universe. So there is and then it took us, I mean humans have only been here for 200,000 years as well, so there is that way to look at it as well. Maybe. Yeah,
like Kat said, they could have just been and gone.
Mm-hmm. Or we could be the babies.
Yeah. Who knows?
Brenda, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's nice to actually meet you all, and thank you for inviting me in.
If anybody doesn't know Brenda, you've had some absolutely massive set twos with Nathan. You've been on the flat Earth debates quite a lot, haven't you? Telling them what for, and what's your experience has been like over there?
I think Nathan is a sadist and a sociopath. His recent behavior has been beyond the pale. He doesn't belong on YouTube. He doesn't belong in any polite company with anybody anywhere. But that's not why I came in. I didn't come in to talk shit about him. But so what people know about me is I'm 62. And here in Minnesota, we have a program where past the age of 62, you are permitted to take classes at the university for a reduced fare, $10 a credit. $10 a credit. Doesn't go to a degree though. However, so I've been taking a philosophy course, and so we have in my current philosophy course, we've been struggling with the problem of the fact that let me put it this way: what do you do when you find out your heroes are racist? What do you do when you find out that Newton was a massive asshole? A really domineering type of person? What do you do when you find out that certain key philosophers back in the Enlightenment area were massive racists? That extends to today. You could point out scientists and philosophers living today who have been jerks and sexist and racist. Watson of Watson and Crick, right? He's famous for having some pretty racist and sexist views about And so then the question would be, the suggestion for the show would be to, I don't know if it would really be two different people, but it would be discussing about in both the sciences and the humanities, how do we assess people who have these massive failings? The current one would be J.K. Rowling, Louis C.K., a man who made his entire comedic career on being a feminist and who did some who masturbated in front of women, who were unwilling, all kinds of. Bill Cosby, who was an icon, an absolute icon in the 80s and 90s of African American community, nevertheless turns out to be a really bad person. And all of these things together culminate into in my opinion, a big question is, how do we deal with that? How would you deal with a hero of yours, a scientist or somebody in the humanities, a creator, Woody Allen? His films are wonderful. His behavior is despicable. How do we assess those people? How should we react to them?
Do you think a lot of that comes from... Sorry,
Yes.
Brenda. Do you think that a lot of your reaction comes from your own personal feelings towards that person and what they've been doing?
It comes from, should we disentangle or try to dissociate a person's scientific contributions or mathematical contributions or cultural contributions from who they are as a person? And can you actually do that? Can you actually disentangle them, or should we not disentangle them? Should we stop teaching Heidegger? Heidegger was a Nazi. He taught philosophy wearing a brown shirt. And should we not teach him? I mean, nevertheless, he's seen as a very important figure in the history of philosophy. Yeah. And I'm sure I could pull examples from the sciences too. So I think that could be a topic for a show, which could be approached from different points of view, possibly, and you could have the agree to disagree thing. I think it would get a lot of interest, and I see it as a recommendation.
That does sound like a very interesting thing to discuss, actually.
It does, and there's a few angles you can come at it from. I memean, one thing that's obviously topical in America, or has been topical, I'm not sure up to date I am, is the Confederate statues. And do you separate their achievement from the slavery? That kind of thing you're talking about, aren't you?
Yes.
Maybe there is somebody watching that wants to debate something like that. But I think it would be easier debate to make if we were talking about a particular slice of that cake. So, for example, one show on the statues, one show on, a particular person and their belief, rather than the whole shebang. You know what I mean? Yeah.
A current one
it's interesting.
A current one is J.K. Rowling and her feelings about trans people. But I'm not wedded to that. I don't actually care that much about her. It's not political issues around trans issues are not something that I get emotionally invested in, but the other issues, it's just a suggestion, and a very broad suggestion, and you can narrow it down as you like.
It'll be an excellent show if anyone's listening and anyone has got a strong feeling on, anything that Brendan's talked about there and wants to debate it. We'd definitely set something like that up, and maybe I'll put some things out in the community poll. Maybe we could take some of these figures like J.K. Rowling or Woody Allen, or trying to think, but maybe
there's so many public figures. If you think of the UK, Jimmy Savile, Gary Glitter. Do you still listen to Gary Glitter's music?
I never did beforehand.
back when I was younger, I did. Yeah,
same as me when I was younger. But was there something in the media back last year? Johnny Depp was accused of hitting his wife or something along those lines, or being an abusive husband. There were conflicting stories in the media. I loved the Pirates of the Caribbean films. I must have watched them 50 times each. I will never, ever lay my eyes on anything with Johnny Depp in it again.
Well, okay.
I feel
He's
so
pretty-
strongly about that kind of thing.
I can see that. He's pretty cute.
Yeah.
You want to follow that story though, because there's a court trial at the minute. I'm not saying I know what happened, but that story seems to have gone a full circle with investigation, and it appears that maybe he was the one that was being abused, and his wife at the time was throwing things at him. Now I don't know where we're at the minute. Brenda probably know more than me, but it's just looking like he might have been the innocent one. What is the situation?
Yeah, that happens with all of these things. Sometimes you get impartial evidence, and you reach a conclusion based on insufficient evidence, and you can be wrong. I think people are, at least in the media, at least sort of pretty much reticent to jump to the first conclusion based on a media report that they've seen somewhere these days. I mean, because they've been burned so many times, right? And if we're done with this, I have an actual science question.
Oh God. Get me science dictionary out in case I don't know it. Go on.
Well, because I do listen to flat earthers. I think sometimes that's a bad idea, because I tend to then get confused because they misrepresent the science so bad, and if you listen to it, it hurts your understanding. And so
you're right.
I want to be clear about Coriolis.
Okay.
Coriolis is the conservation of momentum as something moves in a rotating reference frame. So, for instance, for example, going from the equator, which is going faster than higher latitudes, the object, a plane or a projectile, conserves its momentum from its initial point, and therefore it curves ahead of the slower moving parts at higher latitudes. And I have that correct?
Absolutely, yeah. It appears to So if people in the chat don't know about it, when the Earth is spinning, if you've like if you've got like a bullet, for example, or a long-range projectile you're going to shoot from the equator, if you're going to shoot it directly north, it is moving towards the east with a much higher speed than the ground is near the North Pole, isn't it? So as you shoot it towards North Pole, it's appearing to deviate and travel eastwards, isn't it? Because it's overtaking the ground underneath it.
Because it's overtaking.
It's always explained in that direction. I learned it in university in a different way, because of course it also happens if something drops from a great height, because then the radius that the object is experiencing is greater than at the moment it reaches the ground. So it has a forward speed. And same thing.
Rune Thornton, I like Rune. He's always very polite. He's in the chat though, and he says, except it doesn't happen, it doesn't deflect. But the fact is, it does. And a lot of, if you go back to the Paris gun in World War, was it World War I or World War II? I can't remember. But the calculations are all there in the history books to show how the Germans, because the Paris gun fired so far, how the Germans had to account for Coriolis to hit the target. And that's going back even before flat Earth was a thing, and flat
Same thing
earthers
with the Falklands.
Exactly.
The Falkland Islands, they had it set for the wrong direction. They had it set for correction for the Coriolis effect. I always use the French pronunciation, Coriolis. So they had it set the wrong direction, so they missed their target. So they had to readjust, correct it the other way, and then they hit. That's Coriolis for you.
Yeah, so I think it's kind of almost detrimental to your understanding of physics to listen too much to the flat earthers, because they so distort, and in many cases willfully do so in order to confuse their audience, that you can if you listen to it too much, you can get confused. That's why I came in, partly for clarification, but I was also interested in and would be willing to participate in the discussion of the previous topic.
Well, I've got you on Twitter and we've got the email. Let's keep in touch with that. But you're right, though. The flat earthers do confuse things, because if you've never heard of Coriolis before and you listen to it, the muddied version of it does become confusing. Clive Wells is an extremely intelligent individual, and he's put some maths that I can't even begin to understand in the chat, which I think explains it.
Maths is just poetry. Remember? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it doesn't.
Riley says just poetry. It's just poetry.
Well, the only thing he's got wrong is the spelling of Coriolis. He says Corilios. Oh, well, but the rest is brilliant. Sorry, Clive.
Okay.
But like the flat earthers will say things like, why doesn't it apply to a plane or a drone? I've even heard somebody say, why doesn't it apply to a drone when you fly it off a roundabout? Or why doesn't it apply to?
Oh, Mitchell from Australia. Man, that was hilarious.
I mean, the fact is, these things have got bloody engines and they can steer through the air, and I'm not a pilot, but I'm sure if we have Wolfie on here or something like that, he may describe, corrections on the flight path they've got to take. I have no idea. I'll look into that. But essentially, they've got bloody wings and engines, and if they steer in whatever direction they want to bloody steer in, why should it apply to a drone?
Yeah, they still think that a helicopter or a drone, when it lifts off, should just expect the Earth to rotate underneath. No, that's still their argument that they still use, that you should be able to go someplace that way.
I use the word idiots too often, maybe, but that's because there are so many of them.
But that's where some people will listen to that and they will agree with it, and then people will parrot it. Other people will parrot it who are flat earthers because they've heard it from people like Nathan Oakley or Quantum Eraser. And listening to them, that they have no understanding of the Coriolis effect, what they're talking about, even at a basic level. Obviously people like Clive in the chat know it at a very advanced level. But these people don't even know it at a very basic level. Yet they're still happy to say, the Coriolis effect says if you lift up a helicopter, this should happen. And just think
nothing to do with the Coriolis effect. Oh, yeah. Idiots, yes. Misrepresentation, exactly.
Yeah. So I'm going we're in the chat, just one last thing on it before I pass over to Creaky. Did the football enter the goal by the Coriolis deflection, as Neil deGrasse Tyson said? The thing is, right, Neil deGrasse Tyson is showing in that comment, and again, this is one that's taken out of context. He's showing you the beauty of maths. That if he knows the distance that ball has travelled, he knows the direction it's travelled in, and you take away the effects of the air, because obviously you don't know which way the local wind. Then without the effects of the air, you could calculate the smidge that it would have moved because of Coriolis in whatever direction. And that's what he's getting at. I don't think Neil deGrasse Tyson was actually saying a bend it like Beckham free kick or a goal has happened because the Earth is spinning. He's not saying that at all. Nobody's saying that. He's just telling us the beauty of what can be.
Well, that's what flat earthers do is they do a lot of quote mining, quoting out of context, and they also will quote personalities and celebrities, either scientific or otherwise, if they agree with their view or if they feel they can misapply their views and stuff. They don't cite original sources. No, usually.
No, you're right. It's always
unless you're QE, and then a citation is just an inline quotation. That's a citation.
Questionable education. Yeah, him.
QE and his citations. Yeah. We are 5 minutes past our end time. I'm going to pass you to Creaky because he's really good at doing the whole "thank you very much" thing.
Yes. I'm not an Elvis impersonator. How dare you imply that? But no, I took a leaf out of your book this week, Catz, and I didn't eat my tea prior to going live. I know I said I was going to, but I resisted, and now I can feel myself fading away. If you held me up to the light, you'd be able to X-ray me. I'm that hungry.
Quickly, one thing. For non-UK, you'll have to explain maybe what eating your tea means.
No clue. I have no clue what half of things Creaky says. I'm a subscriber, but I have
Brenda, neither do I.
I don't know. I have no. I still don't know what tidy means. What the hell is that? I don't know.
Right, very quick explanation before we go. Tidy basically, when you say something is cool or something is awesome.
All those goofy Brits. All those goofy Brits.
I know. Adding extra letters to words, as Schrodinger's cat says in.
You can't spell color correctly. Someday you'll learn how to spell color, won't you?
Listen, Brenda, if you think English is confusing, you should see Welsh written down. We've got multiples of the same letter for absolutely no reason. And we change the spelling of place names whenever we feel like.
Yeah, somebody's going to give the Welsh a vowel. Couldn't they use one?
We probably could. We probably could. But there we go. Anyway, At the risk of dying live on camera, I am going to bring this to an abrupt close. And thank you to Brenda for coming on. The side chat appreciated you and said you would make a very interesting guest. And I've got to say, I completely agree.
Yeah, definitely have you on.
The Snark, thank you very much indeed. Okay. And thanks to Gordon, we didn't have a debate tonight. No, I'm teasing, mate. It took a lot of guts to come on and say that it was just a joke that got out of hand. A lot of people would have just quietly faded away and said nothing, so we appreciate that, pal.
No, I just wanted to apologise to him. That was all, man. That was all.
Yeah, cool. So,
cheers, mate.
Thank you very much to everybody who's stuck around and watched us lot waffling for 2 hours. But we're out here. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.
Take care, mate. Thank you. See you later.
Thank you, mate.
Bye.
See you later.
No problem.
Thanks for coming on, Gordon.
See you.